Hey, this is Coach Brown with Baseball Stars. I'm going to do a video analysis of Brett. Brett came in on December 9th, 2014. He finished up his 15 lessons with Coach Marty during that time period. Today is February 10th, 2015. So we're talking about a period of about 8 weeks. Brett did 15 hitting lessons with Coach Marty. He also participated in our afternoon power camps here at Baseball Stars, which we have every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 4 to 6 p.m. We focus on total body strength from head to toe, really working upper body, lower body, core, and forearm exercises to build total body strength for hitting and pitching in baseball. Everything's geared around baseball-specific exercises and building, like I said, again, total body strength. So the numbers at the top of the screen, I'm going to get to that in a little bit. That's something that I really wanted to pinpoint how much Brett has really increased his bat speed since he's came and been doing hitting lessons with Coach Marty and working out in our power camps. He's been very disciplined over the last 8 weeks in working virtually every workout day and doing 2 hitting lessons a week with Coach Marty, and has really increased his power a lot during that time period. When Brett came in, during the time period he's been here, I would say he has a good 5 to 6 miles an hour on average increase in his ball exit speed. Coming in hitting mid 70s on a lot of pitches in the cage. He's in the 80s on all those. And I'm going to break down his swing point by point right now. So I'm going to unlock these videos and take them through from the beginning. Like I said, I'll get to the numbers in a second. Hopefully that's not distracting while you're watching the video, but it's going to be a very important key point as we talk about bat speed later on, that you can have a visual demonstration of how much that's increased. So starting right here, Brett was a little bit wider in his stance. He's narrowed that up a little bit. I'm going to take him through next key component right here. Now look at the difference before and after. In his load. Before, he's getting some pretty decent cock in his wrist right here. He's kind of pulling the trigger back. That's what we're really looking for players to do. He's establishing an angle, a hitting angle right here. So all in all, he's demonstrating some of the key components that we do teach players in his swing. Even a very strong weight transfer, as you see in his initial video with his back foot coming off the ground right there. So, I would say all in all, his swing coming in was pretty solid. But he's definitely increased his power, there's no doubt, which we'll see in a minute. But look at the difference in the load here before and after. So pretty decent load right there, but I really see that front shoulder kind of coming in. If you were just imagine that front shoulder going towards, as a right-handed batter, going towards the second baseman, in a game-type setting. We're really getting good torque in his core right here and putting his muscles on stretch right there. And we can see the action in his lower body right here. Like I said in both videos, very strong with a weight transfer. We see the foot coming off the back. That's not going to be as dramatic when you hit in a game. You'll see a lot of many professional hitters, what Coach Marty calls hitting light, where that back foot actually skips off the ground. So when he initially came in, he had a good weight transfer into the ball. Still, his bat speed wasn't where he liked it to be, and he wasn't hitting the ball as hard as he'd like to. So continuing on here through the swing, he's getting to the ball with his foot. That's good. We see a lot of players land flat on the ball with that foot. So he's kept that consistent right there, getting to the ball with his foot and getting going here. Here's the key area where he's increased, I think it's being direct to the ball, and also just sheerly his bat speed has increased. I think, Brett worked very hard in the workouts that we have here, and the workouts are not easy. And I know for a fact he increased his strength dramatically across the board, from everything from bench to squats to doing hang clean, power clean, full body exercises. We work core every single day. This is the first thing we do. It's one of the tougher parts. So we want to knock out the toughest thing first, right? But we work on core, so he's, when we got towards the end, he was really flying through those core exercises. So I know that his strength and his speed has gotten so much better. But here's the thing that I put the timer on the top for. All right. So just to get an idea of how much quicker Brett's bat is, you see him come right here, 2 front foot, heel drops. Alright, I want to try to get these in the same position, so I set this before we started the video here. Alright, so same position, come through his load here, front heel drops, hips go, right? Okay, so we're going to get to the point where the timer kind of starts here. Okay, let me kick it back just one notch. Okay, go back to the beginning here where the timer just starts. Okay, so Brett is in the same position in these two videos. Alright? So it's kind of hard to tell when you go back and you look at two videos that are both in slow motion, you know, what the difference is in bat speed, because they're both really slowed down a lot, obviously. So just to get an idea, when he comes to the zone here, the video before and after, I'm going to lock these two videos together and I'm going to play those videos, and then we'll get an idea of, oh, kind of too quick there. Let me go back. As I go through these two videos, they were started in the same exact spot in his swing, and we see the actual video lapse time is at the top of the screen. So actually, let me unlock these because it'd be much easier to see. All right, so right here, from the time, judging at the same point in the swing when the video starts, kick it back one notch here, okay? All right, so the timer starts at the same point in the swing right here. His time from basically heel drop is where I started that, to contact right here is in the range of 13, about 1/10 of a second. And the swing before, from the same point in his swing to the point of contact is almost double that. So the time in which your bat is in the zone can be a great judge of your bat speed. And when you're coming back to that load, you get the stretch shortening cycle starts kicking in, muscles get stretched out, and then break through the zone. And really taking advantage of that. So you see literally how much faster his bat speed is, how much shorter he is to the ball, how much more power he's putting in force he's putting into the ball with his swing now. So, the absolute lapse of the video, his time in the zone is almost cut literally in half. And that's how Brett has really increased his bat speed during the time period he's worked. Twice a week, 2 hitting lessons a week, 3 workouts a week, very intense, heavy workouts working on quick strength. Like a power clean is a very quick movement from the ground, working on quick twitch muscle fibers. And then at the same time, a lot of the stuff that Coach Marty does in his lessons is built around, building up your bat speed. And he said, when Brett came in here, he's like, the first thing I got to do is I got to start working on his bat speed to get that, everything we're going to be doing is going to be high intensity, working on building those quick twitch muscle fibers and working on bat speed the entire time. So from the workouts to the hitting lessons, something happened here where an improvement in his mechanics mixed with an all-around approach to training has given Brett dramatic results. So he actually has a pretty awesome story. He was able to transfer schools in his senior year of high school in a very competitive area, and he was able to make the high school baseball team as a senior, which is really unheard of, transferring into a very competitive school in the area that has just a ton of high caliber baseball players on it. So he was able to make that team and transferring schools in the area, which is, when he came in, I kind of had my doubts, and Coach Marty did too, because he had so much stacked against him, competing against players who had been at the school and kind of the whole, their whole career throughout high school, but was able to come in and really had lit it up in his tryout, both defensively and offensively. And judging from other players that we know in the area that saw him during his tryout, they're like, man, I've never seen Brett hit like that. So he was absolutely on fire, and he's hitting the ball harder than he ever has before. So he's gotten really, really strong results from his lessons and his workouts here. Just to finish up the analysis right here, into the front foot, that leg is extending. That's great right there. It's just we see the increased bat speed and the effect here. And we see that front leg, boom. into the point of contact and that weight transfer. And now he's transferring that weight so much more effectively into the ball versus before, and so much quicker into the ball, driving through, extending right there, and really getting that back shoulder through right there. So it looks good, but an increased bat speed and increased hitting power overall for Brett. I'm proud of the results he's got here. He worked very hard during the winter, training, like I said, strength and conditioning, mixed with 2 hitting lessons a week with Coach Marty, and really got the results he wanted, and is ecstatic about playing his senior year at his new high school in the area. So good luck to you, Brett, man. I hope you have an awesome season. I hope to see you back up here soon, and if you need any help with anything hitting or otherwise, feel free to give me a call or a text. Thanks a lot.